Hello guys, this is Revolution. In this video we're going to discuss how strong Jiren is now. A hypothetical Moro arc Jiren. Jiren the Grey from Universe 11 competed with complete Ultra Instinct in the Tournament of Power. Jiren is a titan when it comes to raw power, and for me the most impressive thing about Jiren is Jiren does not rely on any transformations to be this powerful. The Saiyans have a multitude of transformations to get this powerful. Jiren is just that damn strong. And unlike Moro, he doesn't have to steal energy to become this strong, nor does he have to fuse. Just like Goku said, Jiren has done this all on his own. It's all his own power. Impressive. So obviously in the Tournament of Power, Jiren ultimately lost to Ultra Instinct, especially in the anime of Dragon Ball Super. Some people say that Jiren beat Ultra Instinct in the manga of Dragon Ball Super simply because he outlasted it. But as far as I'm concerned, from what we saw, all we could really say was that he managed to keep up with Ultra Instinct long enough for the toll on Ultra Instinct to toll out. Regardless, to be able to tank Ultra Instinct's shots, given the power of Ultra Instinct, and to be able to keep up and counter Ultra Instinct speaks volumes about just how strong Jiren is. But what you can be damn sure assured of is that since the Tournament of Power, Jiren has been training and he is going to be a lot stronger, especially now he's been given the added motivation. He's seen somebody who has managed to surpass him in terms of fighting ability. He is going to want to be stronger than that, such as Jiren's nature. So as some of you may know, I've recently done a video on Jiren from the Tournament of Power facing off against the current Dragon Ball Super manga villain, Moro 73 from chapter 62. And I've seen a lot of people say, well, the results you've given aren't considering that Jiren's gotten a lot stronger. You cannot base verse battles off speculation and projections of somebody's power, but you can't make theory videos on it because you cannot assert a theory. You can only base verse battles off of tangible evidence. And that is basically what is written in the story. So it's based on when they were last written in the story. So for Jiren, it's obviously the Tournament of Power because we've not seen him since. For Broly, it's the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie because we haven't seen him since. But just like another video I made concerning Broly's base power, this is basically going to be theories on Jiren's power. And of course, as usual, I want your input down in the comment section. Make your opinions heard. It's always good to read other people's perspectives. So in the manga, we didn't really get to see Jiren's thoughts after the Tournament of Power. We know that they were basically just resurrected from the Super Dragon Balls and Android 17's wish. But in the anime, we did get a little clip of Toppo and Jiren, and of course they vowed that they would beat Goku and Vegeta the next time they fought them. So obviously, at least in the anime, the intention is for Jiren to keep training. I mean, it should be obvious. I don't know why he would drop his training after losing just one fight. He learned a lesson against Goku, and the usual result of fighting against Goku is that it usually ends up with the antagonist, the enemy, or even the villain in most cases being motivated by fighting Goku. We've seen this a plethora of times throughout Dragon Ball's history. Tien, Piccolo, Vegeta, even Beerus has been influenced by Goku. Then there's obviously the legendary assassin Hit, and potentially now Jiren. Some people are now even speculating that it's having a similar effect on Frieza. Obviously that remains to be seen, but Goku often turns enemies into allies and often motivates them to get stronger, especially Vegeta, and the same could potentially be true of Jiren. You know, Piccolo even alluded to this in chapter 61 of the Dragon Ball Super manga, that Goku's nature, the nature of him being basically a flat character, impacts the characters around him. Goku has always been the same, and the characters around him are the characters that do the growth in the Dragon Ball Super story. Obviously Jiren isn't a villain, he was just simply the enemy in the Tournament of Power. He was obviously fighting for the right reasons. His motive obviously was to attain the Super Dragon Balls to wish back his master, but it isn't an evil motive. Jiren might be a bit of an arsehole, but ultimately he's a good guy. I see no reason why Jiren wouldn't carry on training. He has a duty to the Pride Troopers, who obviously protect, so he has a legitimate reason to keep up his training, and he might use Ultra Instinct Goku as a benchmark in terms of what he needs to surpass. Obviously, he never had that before because he surpassed his own God of Destruction, Belmod. Of course, the debate still rages on as to whether or not Jiren surpassed all of the Gods of Destruction, including the more powerful Gods of Destruction like Beerus and Quintella, but ultimately we know for a fact he's definitely surpassed Belmod. He is said to have surpassed them all according to a poster from a toy convention. If you've been following me for a while, you'll know that I've stated full power Jiren isn't stronger than the Gods of Destructions, but the awakened state in the anime most likely is. As that seems to be a Toei extension form, it doesn't seem to exist in the manga of the Dragon Ball Super Tournament of Power, but the moments where Jiren is keeping up with Complete Ultra Instinct and countering Complete Ultra Instinct, that may be the narrative equivalent from the manga to the anime. Obviously with Complete Ultra Instinct from the Tournament of Power, there was the Jump magazine that stated that it might have surpassed Beerus. Might be in terms of levels of probability, means that it has a low chance of surpassing Beerus, but it is still possible. So of course, by extension, considering Awakened Jiren defeated initial Complete Ultra Instinct Goku in episode 130 of the anime, that would mean that Awakened Jiren has a high level of probability of surpassing Beerus. Now in terms of trying to gauge how much stronger Jiren can get, this is difficult because we don't know the age of Jiren. We don't know how long it's taken him to get this strong in the first place. If he is in his, say, 40s like Goku, then you could assume that he could get much stronger in the time that has elapsed since the Tournament of Power up until the Moro arc. But if he is like the legendary assassin Hit, who is 1,000 years old, then, that growth in power may be a lot smaller. Now, I've seen people saying he would definitely be stronger than Moro 7-3 if he has been training since the Tournament of Power. That is not a given. After all, Piccolo did state that Vegeta, with just training alone, would not be able to overtake Moro. It takes more than just training. So unless Jiren can achieve something else or learn a new Hacks ability, which isn't his usual MO, then that is simply not a given. I wouldn't rule it out entirely. Obviously, from a writing point of view, the characters are as strong as the narrative and the plot needs them to be. So looking forward, how would Jiren be implemented in future stories? Well, he isn't a bad guy. He isn't going to be the villain to Goku. Goku gained Jiren's respect in the Tournament of Power, so they're more likely to be allies than enemies. And I think if Jiren is to be brought back into the story, which I hope he is, then I think that is how he will be brought back in, to be an ally to Goku in a certain situation. It's unlikely to be the Moro arc, because Moro arc seems to be something that's contained to Universe 7, but eventually there's got to be a multiversal level threat, and Moro could be that, but I don't think they are going there, at least at this current rate. When there is that multiversal threat, Jiren can be brought back into the equation. Now, I know Heroes is trash, but Hearts was a multiversal threat, so they brought Jiren into the story. Not very well by any means, and he deserves a lot better treatment than what he got in Heroes. But that is a method in order to bring Jiren back into the fold, and of course, there could always be a training session between Goku and Jiren, especially if Goku manages to tap into Ultra Instinct at will. Even Ultra Instinct Sign training against Jiren would be beneficial to Goku and maybe help him achieve Ultra Instinct at will if he doesn't manage it in the Moro arc. But I think Jiren's treatment in the future is mainly going to be similar to that of the legendary assassin Hit. He will always be stronger when he comes back into the fold, but he isn't that iconic villain like Frieza, who is going to keep getting power boosts and continue rivaling Goku, and he isn't the cash cow that Broly is. That's why I think he'll be treated more like somebody like the legendary assassin Hit. So he'll keep coming back, he'll always be stronger because the plot will demand it, but he may job to some future villains in the future. But obviously this video is more about how strong he could potentially be now, and I'm confident enough to say that given his performance against Ultra Instinct in the Tournament of Power, with his new added motivation and his training now, that he would have surpassed Complete Ultra Instinct from the Tournament of Power. A Moro arc Complete Ultra Instinct, we haven't seen it yet, so it's hard to say, but given Whis' comments on Goku and his implementation of Ultra Instinct in the Tournament of Power without training, then you have to assume with a bit of training that Goku's Ultra Instinct is going to be far stronger than what it was in the Tournament of Power. You could argue that Ultra Instinct Sign is already close to that level as it is. Personally, how I would handle Jiren is, when you bring him back into the fold in the future, is never have him overpowered in terms of raw power, but if he is to get beaten, which may need to be the case to put the new villain over, have the villain beat him via a hacks or something like that. So obviously it remains to be seen and it's just speculation at this point, but I believe a Moro arc Jiren would be stronger than Complete Ultra Instinct from the Tournament's Power, and by extension our current idea on where Beerus might lie, wherever Beerus' final full power does actually fall, it could fall below Jiren in the first place, or it may be extended to further beyond. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. How strong is Jiren now? Would a current Jiren beat Moro 7-3? Would a current Jiren beat Beerus and Broly? Let me know down in the comment section, and let me know how you would bring Jiren back into the fold in the future. I did make a video before on why he should train Broly. That's all for now. Drop your thoughts in the comment section, make your opinions heard. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed and click all notifications on. If you love Dragon Ball, you will love this channel. Smash the like button, keep lending the Daishinkan your energy. Until next time, Ad Astra.